Oh. Hi. Come on, sweetie. Come on in.
Oh boy. Okay, you see it? Ready, set, take it off. Whoa, don't jump on it.
Woo!
Get right on.
Oh, he knows what this is for.
Let's go forward.
Ooh.
We would like to thank Tobbi Toys for sending us this car and for sponsoring this video. I'm going to use the remote control. All right, Jacob, here we go. Yay! That fun. All right, let's let Elisabeth take it. All right, Elizabeth's turn. Elizabeth's turn. Go ahead. Have fun.
Oh, we gotta get that other foot. There we go.
Very good. Here, you're a little
Look
big
at
for this.
all these buttons. Hey, can you grab these?
These make it go. There we go. Good job, Elisabeth. Oh. Uh-oh. Now this is a bumper car, so it can run into a wall right there.
Boop!
Do it again.
Boop! This is one of the reasons I wanted to get it, to protect the walls and the vehicle.
Oh, we're gonna run into this one.
Oh no! Here we go!
Bonk. She's laughing.
She loves it, and he's just jumping.
The instruction manual was pretty clear, and I was able to put the car together just fine. It didn't take too long. And I put the stickers on and everything, and there will be a link in the description for more information. Push it forward or backward. Push. There you go.
Woo! She's doing it!
Watch that. Oh, yeah. You control. You control, Elisabeth.
Good job, Elisabeth. Look at her go.
You can figure it out. Press the buttons to go different directions. There you go.
Whoa!
Bonkers.
Oh, turn around. Turn around. He's so excited.
He really does love this.
No, it's real safe. His toes aren't gonna get squished. It's really great. Wow, he's so stoked. He loves it.
Oh yeah, it has music. Look, there's a button right here to play music. The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin. Oh. Let's turn it on and off. It's just like sometimes it moves without me pushing it.
Oh, here we go. There we go.
You have to hold it, Jacob. Here, look, you go. Get your hand on it.
Woo!
And back up. Getting on and off is part of the fun. Alright, I'm gonna drive him around. Here we go.
It's just as much fun for Dad.
I'm having a good time. Watch out for that wall.
Oh! Thank you so much to Tobbi Toys for sending us this car. So you might notice that this particular vehicle is a little small, meaning short for Jacob and Elisabeth. But the reason that I chose it is because the time of year that we're at, it was gonna be an inside vehicle for them, and I knew that. But I also loved the remote control feature for us to be able to help them out, and the bumper car feature. I didn't want them banging things into walls and ruining the car and ruining my walls, So the bumper car aspect was a big selling point for me on this one, and I love it. And they seem to really like it too. And even though we don't necessarily need the buckles for a smaller child, the buckles will be fantastic. Come on,
Michael, we have a surprise. You might be too big for this.
No, I'm not.
Oh, big brother.
Here comes Michael. Oh my goodness. Let's see if it'll move. There he goes. You're definitely too big.
He's coming. He's coming.
Watch out.
That's
Watch out. Oh my goodness. How is it going backwards, Michael? How are you doing that? You're not even pressing the buttons. Why is it moving? How are you doing that? It's moving by itself.
No, it's not.
He doesn't know. How is it moving?
I think you're gonna need.
Oh, he just noticed that she has a remote control. Jacob is just like dancing around the car. Jacob is, watch out, Jacob. There we go. There he is. Oh, he's starting to spin. He's just going around in circles. Jacob, you keep getting on backwards.
Perfect for family bonding. Tobbi Toys has so many great options on their website that I think you'll be able to find something that'll fit your kids' needs perfectly. You'll notice that the speed of this one is pretty slow, and the reason I did that is because where my kids are at developmentally, I felt like it would be a safer option for them. So I'm really grateful to have this one.
It's your hoverboard.
Remote control hoverboard.
That's one way to play with it.
It has been a hot minute and it's time for an update. Let me see, what have we done? We've talked about the primitive reflexes that we're doing, and we've been doing that for a little while now, maybe a couple of weeks. And I'm only now just getting to the point where I'm able to do it maybe like twice a day. Like today nope, just kidding. Today I only did it once with each kid. Anyway, but it feels a lot easier. I'm starting to get the hang of it, and so we're continuing to do the primitive reflexes. Really, we're just gonna try to see how it goes, but it was kind of low risk, and the potential to help them is good, and it has helped other kids. So I'm hoping this is something that will help Jacob and Elisabeth, especially because they have still retained them. Like I was able to test against Travis and me and Michael and Elisabeth and Jacob, and the contrast is really apparent between the three of us and the two of them. And so anyway, I've been doing that. I think I'm getting better at it, and that always feels good because the learning curve is a little steep. Well, let me rephrase that. The learning curve isn't steep, but the confidence curve can be steep. Does that make sense? Another new development is that I have been taking Jacob to a doctor of chiropractor here where we live, and he also does muscle testing and he also does supplements. And it's been like a lot more helpful than I initially anticipated. I originally started taking him there because he was having gut issues. Now keep in mind that for, I don't know if it was 6 months ago or before that, we had been going down to the nearest children's hospital, and that's 3 hours away from where we are, and trying to figure out what was going on. And we've done blood tests with Jacob and stool tests and urine tests. Nothing has come up, and we were still having gut issues with him. And so anyway, I had some friends who recommended this doctor and said, hey, we've been having some really great success with our gut issues. We recommend going to him. And so I did. I took Jacob there, and he took a look at him, did some muscle testing, prescribed him some different supplements that would help his stomach. And so I just started giving it to him, and we have seen really great progress. He's happy. He is regular. He is clearing up. Like if you've noticed in some of our vlogs, his attention has increased a lot. His speech therapist has noticed. Other adults that see him on a regular basis are starting to notice. And I'm noticing, which sometimes it's harder when you're the mom that stays at home to notice that these things are changing. Like, it's easier when you haven't seen him in a week or 2 weeks to notice the differences. And I'm noticing, even just with that little alphabet video that he's been watching, like, he has been improving in his attention. I'm also noticing it when we are getting dressed for the day, when he's trying to put on socks and he's trying to put on shoes. He doesn't get upset and give up so easily. When he's trying to eat dinner, he's willing to focus more and try more frequently, like, before giving up. And so, like, it's huge. And now he's starting to, I don't know, like, you just look at him and you can see it. Like, you can see it in his eyes that, like, he's there. Anyway, it's really, really awesome. And so we're trying to track all of these small special steps. A special step he did have, which was really cool, is that we were at church this last Sunday. And usually I've been the one that's been sitting with him and helping him pay attention and participate and stuff like that. So, but this Sunday, Travis was gonna go sit down with him. And so Travis went, sat down with him, and immediately Jacob was throwing a fit and was like, I don't wanna do this. Kind of like he's in a terrible two phase. And so Travis comes out, finds me, and I go back and I sit down with Jacob. And I had some crackers and things like that, but it felt to me like he wanted me. Like he has never to this point favored a person. Like, dad could do it or mom could do it, but this time it was like he wanted mom there, because when he saw me, when Travis came out and he saw me in the hallway, he calmed down and came to me, and then I went and sat down with him, and he was great the rest of the time in church. And anyway, it was something that both Travis and I noticed, was like, he's favoring a person, and that's a really big intellectual development, and something that happens to little kids, you know, that they want mom, they don't want dad, or they want dad, they don't want mom. And Jacob's never done that, and now he is. And so that's really cool. Another really cool development is that Jacob has been asking for things, and he's doing it more frequently than he does. Like, when a child, but especially a child that has developmental delays, starts to make a particular development, they may do it once, and then it's a week or so before they do it again, or even a month or so, depending on what it is. And so it's been building up, but now when Jacob wants something, like, he asks, like, if he's hungry for food. And what I mean by ask is he'll come and he'll hold my finger and pull me towards something. So he's leading us to the things that he wants. When he gets there, we're able to help him, you know, be like, oh, like, you want this, sign this, or say this, and he'll make an attempt to do it. That has been happening with a lot more frequency and consistency, which is so great. Anyway, I just feel like there is this, I don't know, I guess you could say it's almost energetic, or it's almost unseen, but like that there is a lot going on right now with him developmentally, and I can't put my finger on it, but he's making a lot of progress, and I feel like he's coming on the cusp of having a lot of changes happen for him. And whenever I start to feel this way, I always get a little hesitant, because it's kind of like I don't want to, I guess, get my hopes up, if that makes sense. But at the same time, I want to be hopeful, because I believe that what I believe about my kids' capabilities is huge, and it paves the way for them to believe in themselves. And I believe that Jacob and Elisabeth will learn to do all of the things that typically developing kids do, that they can learn to speak and communicate and have friendships and understand things and learn things. And I don't know what that timeline looks like, but I believe it, and I want it to be so apparent that both Jacob and Elisabeth know that their mom believes in them. All right, so I'm not sure if I talked about this before, but I have been on the lookout for a cold laser therapy, or a low level light therapy, I think that's what it's called. It's like an LLLT or cold therapy. Anyway, this is something that is, I don't know if it's up and coming or if it's been around for a long time, but it's newer to me. But it is where you can take these cold laser therapies, and people have been using it for acute injuries like muscles or things like that. But we are also now using it for the brain and for healing in the brain. And to essentially, it just increases the blood flow in the brain. And so the doctor that we've been taking Jacob to recently was like, hey, I happen to have one of these and I want to try this for Jacob. I think it would be a good thing for Jacob. And I cannot tell you how much of an answer to prayer that was. Because we were looking at saving up or getting one to use at home, but it was going to be a big risk because one of these is anywhere from $2,500 to $7,000 to get a cold therapy tool, personal one, to use at home. And even then, there was no guarantee that this was going to work. And so I knew that if we were going to purchase one of these, we had to be willing to purchase one and just eat the cost if it didn't work. So I just kept thinking, like, there's got to be a way that this can happen. And I had no idea that this doctor had one. I had no idea that this would even be part of the treatment. And then last time we went, he was like, hey, I want to try this. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like to me, it was just a confirmation that when you are seeking things and trying to find things for your kids, things come out of the woodwork in ways that you wouldn't know. And for me, a lot of times that's come from online communities like you guys that are watching, or from Facebook groups or Instagram groups that I've been in. Not Instagram groups, but other online groups that I've been in. And sometimes that's where the resources come from. And sometimes it's just people that are in my neighborhood or happen to be in my town. So I just want to encourage you, if you're on the lookout for something and you're trying to find something for your child, keep it in your mind, keep it in your heart, and keep looking, because things are coming out of the woodwork. As long as you believe that there is something out there for your child, I believe that you will find it. All right, so this is the laser that we have, that we're using. We're able to just, you turn it on, point that down, the lasers come out. I'm not gonna do it right now at you guys, but then you just hold it right above here. And right now, the goal is 6 minutes, and it is supposed to increase the blood flow right here in the corpus callosum, or callosum, I hope I'm saying that right. But it is the portion between the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. And it is what helps the two sides of our brains communicate. And we are increasing blood flow in that arena. And we are going to track and see how that helps Jacob over the next 2 weeks. And that's when we'll go back and we will see the doctor again. So wish us luck. He's taken the first 2 treatments beautifully, all 6 minutes. And I'm doing it with Elisabeth as well. I've done it on myself just to see what it feels like. And Elisabeth had a hard time tolerating the first 2 sessions. But the third one, she was able to take the full 6 minutes. And so, like, that's great. So I'm tracking it on my notes on my phone. I should pull out my Excel spreadsheet again, because I have one that has all their stuff on it. Thank goodness for Excel spreadsheets and notes, because I wouldn't be able to keep track of all of this. But it's so encouraging because I'm able to notice improvements where I otherwise wouldn't if I wasn't tracking. I think it was Tony Robbins once that said, if you want to improve something, you need to track it. And I have found that to be the case with my kids as well. So highly recommend it. Good things are happening, and we're so grateful you're here and you're watching the journey and watching, really for me, a miracle happen. And I hope that it is encouraging for you in whatever it is that you're doing, that you stick to it and keep seeking things, and miracles can happen for you too. So keep making special steps, and we'll see you guys on the next vlog and in the comments.
Travis and Ashleigh, let's take special steps together.